Rhonda Knight presents Blessed to Travel to the Best. Join me as I share my travel experiences with you. I hope you enjoy.
Hey, welcome to Blessed to Travel to the Best. And I'm your host, Rhonda Knight. I'm so excited you're here with me today. I'd love to tell you what you can expect from my channel and my page. I am actually going to take you with me as I tour and as I travel. You know, being an international author and motivational speaker, I've had the opportunity to travel to many places and to experience some great things, and I definitely want to share that with you, my listeners. You're also going to be able to experience some of my travel excursions this year and any other places that I might go because I think it's fun. And there's a lot of fun places and a lot of fun things to do. And why not have someone that's been to some of those places help you decide what may be some of the things you may want to do as you travel as well? Well, I recently had a birthday, August 15th, turned another year younger. Ha ha ha. And I chose to go back to Vegas. Now, at one point, I used to travel and go to Vegas at least 2 to 3 times a year and hadn't been in a moment, so it was pretty nice. I enjoyed myself. And I want to share some of the things that I experienced there that I think is pretty cool that you may want to do if you're going as a group or if you're going as an individual um, and or as a couple. But it's really, really fun. A lot of fun things to do. People think that Vegas is all about gambling, but it's more than gambling. For those of us who have been there on many occasions, you have the wonderful opportunity to experience a magnitude of attractions. Even inside of each of the hotels, they're going to have something fun and fantastic for you to do, from virtual reality to statues coming alive to water shows at the Bellagio, to all kinds of fun, wonderful things. I can go on and on. There's so many things you can do. And of course, the wonderful shows. I think they have a show that would fit anybody, whatever your age is. And so they have family oriented ones, they have adult oriented ones, they have just exciting, unusual, unique type of shows. And then, of course, the great regular shows that you're used to seeing in a place like Vegas. Now, also, food. You're going to find all kinds of restaurants, all types of places to eat. The casinos all have great buffets. Now, honestly, I have to say, one of the things that I was disappointed in is that it used to be a time that when you went to Vegas, all the hotels had great buffets at a low cost because they wanted you to come to their hotel, eat and get full, and then go gamble in their casino. And so, but now that corporate has taken over Vegas more so, now the buffets are usually on the average about $30 plus. That's probably what you would may pay, when you travel anywhere else. But Vegas was known for having the buffets at a very low price, even with crab legs on it, because I love king crab legs, and so that was always a good thing. But hey, still, I did do the buffet, and I had an opportunity to go to Guy's restaurant. I'll talk to you about that a little bit later too. And one of the other things I'm always going to do on my travel show is that I'm going to tell you some fun facts about places I've traveled. So, some of the fun facts I learned about Vegas. One fun fact is the fact that even though Vegas seems really big and awesome, did you know that Las Vegas was located in one of the smallest deserts, and that is the Mojave Desert? It's one of the smallest deserts. That's pretty interesting. Also, at one point, Michael Jackson thought about doing a tour in Vegas, and he decided he wanted to also build a 50-foot replica robot of himself, that would wander around the desert shooting lasers, and he thought that would be really cool. It's something he thought about. He never did it, but it's just amazing that Michael Jackson, again, he had that big personality that liked to do things a little above and beyond. And I guess that might have been one of his fantasies, was to have a 50-foot tall statue of himself, or robot of himself, excuse me, wandering around the desert in Las Vegas. Yeah. Now, Another fun fact to know, this time when I went to Vegas, I stayed at Harrah's. It was okay. You know, Harrah's is one of the older hotels to stay at. They've been around, but you know, Harrah's is everywhere. It's owned by Caesars now, and Flamingo is also part of the Caesars family as well. Caesars beautiful hotel as well. I've stayed at almost all the hotels on the Strip just to get the experience of them. You know, one of the things I'm going to say, and I'm going to show you my room at Harrah's. I thought it was pretty decent, a king size deluxe room, and it was a great price. So I wanted to have more money to have fun. I do like to play poker. You know, I'm very good at poker. I like playing poker. Grew up in a family of people who played cards a lot. And when you're a kid, you always want to, well, in my family at least, you wanted to get old enough so you can play with the big, you know, play cards with the grown-ups. And so learned how to play poker and bid whist and spades and tonk and all that stuff at an early age. So love playing Texas Hold'em and, you know, and poker and everything too. So and I love roulette. I'm usually good on roulette. You know, as a matter of fact, a fun fact about me. Now, at one point, whenever I went to Vegas, I always came back a winner. I don't think in any of the times, maybe once, I think it was just one time, that I didn't win in Vegas, maybe broke even, but didn't win. But usually I win pretty good in Vegas. But most of the time that's on roulette, that number 11, that was my grandmother's birthday. And it's my pet number on roulette, and I hit that number pretty good. And, you know, but again, Vegas is not all about just, you know, gambling and everything. But of course, there's a lot of places you can go. If you're not having luck at this hotel or this casino, go next door to the other one. Of course, it was super duper hot, 112 degrees. And I thought it might cool off in the evening. And I decided to try to go walking in the evening. And it was still 100 degrees. So, you know, but as a matter of fact, they do have the train system you can take along the Strip to certain hotels and to some other parts of Vegas as well. So that helps for those people who may not be able to walk the Strip because, again, it is super duper hot in Vegas, especially, of course, in August. And walking down that Strip is no joke. Harrah's, anyway, my room was nice. You know, of course, my thing is, you know, I'm not going to spend much time in my room. So, but I do want to be comfortable, and I do love an elegant room, and I do like being on the highest floors. That's just some of my likes. And so I enjoyed it. You know, it wasn't that bad. Also, more fun facts for you. Did you know that there are people, thousands of people, let me repeat that, thousands of people who live in the tunnels under Las Vegas? There are sewer tunnels or water drain pipes, tunnels under there, and there's like thousands and thousands of people who live under there. As a matter of fact, there's a guy, his name is Matthew O'Brien. He wrote a book called Beneath the Neon, because when I looked up that fact, I'm like, no way, it couldn't be. And it was a true thing. And he actually took some pictures of some of the people who live under there, and they tried to make it like a little homey area and everything. But did you know that sometimes, because it is a storm tunnel, that when the waters come from way up in the mountains or wherever it comes from a storm, it can go through those tunnels, and sometimes people are drowned or washed away and they never see them again. But you know, it's really sad in this United States where there are people like that. There's people who live, you know, in the sewers in Los Angeles or in California and also in New York. And I just find that, you know, incredible, because I guess I wasn't really aware that that was happening that much and that many people. You know, I think about some. Of course, you know, we know there are going to be some homeless people in areas, but not thousands of people living underground, under Vegas, while all this is going on the top. You got all these people living in that hot condition. And one thing I hate is spiders. Terrified of spiders. There are black widow spiders all throughout there, and that means, you know, you just a whole lot of unhealthy and dangerous situations in having to live in that lifestyle. So that's a fun fact I'll bet you didn't know about Vegas. And when I first went to Vegas, one of the first places I wanted to stay was the Flamingo, because it was one of the first hotels constructed in Vegas. It cost almost $6 million, or around $6 million. And Bugsy Siegel, a notorious gangster and hitman, was partners with someone, and he took over, you know, having the Flamingo. And did you know at one point in the Flamingo, and they kept that suite there for a while, but he had the presidential suite was his personal suite. But in his personal suite, he actually had an escape route. He had an escape area. He would go down a ladder, and the ladder would lead down to a garage where he always, repeat, always had a chauffeur waiting to take him, drive him off in case something happened or someone was trying to make a hit on him. He had his escape route planned, and so that's crazy. And as a matter of fact, they actually still have a memorial right outside of the wedding chapel area at the Flamingo that has a plaque about Bugsy. And so that's interesting that they still had that, and they kept that presidential suite for a while too. So hey, little fun facts I thought would be kind of cool for you to think about and know about Vegas. Now I want to share with you some of the awesome things that I saw. Let's talk about the high roller. The high roller is an observation wheel, and it has like 28 large transparent pods that can hold about 40 to 42 people. And you can actually, rent these, and you can do a party in them. You can have your own personal bartender in your pod. And again, it'll hold about 40 to 42 people. People do weddings in them. They do yoga during the day. They have corporate events in them, or just families may want to go on them just to experience, seeing Vegas through the big observation wheel that they have called the High Roller. And you can see the picture in the background. And so it's pretty cool. Now, I did do the CSI experience, which was pretty cool. I didn't even know about that one. I just happened to be moseying along in MGM, and I saw it, and I'm like, oh, cool. I used to love watching CSI. I know, just like you guys, I watched so many CSI shows, and, I was one of the biggest fans. As a matter of fact, that show prompted my sister to want to study criminal science investigation, and my daughter, Alicia, wanted to study too, and she actually did and got a degree in it. Not working in that field, but from that show, it kind of sparked a lot of people with the interest. And right now, my niece Taya is also pursuing that field as well. So the CSI experience was pretty cool. You get to be a detective and a CSI agent, and you get to go in there and view a crime scene and take evidence, and as you guys can see in the video, just do a lot of fun things and experience it. So it's pretty cool. You can do it with your family. You can do it as an individual. I did it by myself, and I like it. So that's in the MGM, and it's a very fair price too, very economical for those of you who are on a budget. Now, another thing that was pretty cool that I'm planning to do, taking a group of people to do, is the Apocalypse experience. And it's Apocalypse Vegas. And where you can, for those guys who are gamers and you love playing those games where you got to shoot people, special ops and all that, you would love this. But I kind of want to go with the people I know that are my friends and family members that are a little scary. I'm a little scary too I think about the fact that you go and do this adventure where there are zombies. Okay, zombies? Yeah, you're running all over this big old place, ducking and dodging and trying to shoot zombies. And I asked my daughter, who is a big gamer, I mean, she plays like guys, really, honestly. And I said, how would you feel like about doing something like that? She was like, I don't mind shooting them when I'm playing the game, but I don't know about in real life. So, it would be fun, though, just to experience it, because I just like doing something different. Now, also, they have Area 51. And so now you can do the experience fighting aliens, which is pretty cool because I have a sister that is terrified of aliens and terrified of clowns. So, I don't know. I always think about taking the people that I think would make me laugh a lot when I'm doing something like that. So, it's a fun experience. It's probably just over, I think the lowest price was $119 on up, depending on how long you want to do the experience. And that was for an hour and a half. And so that may be something you want to do if you go as a family or as a group of people to Vegas, and check it out and see what you think about it. I think it would be fun. Hey, did you guys hear something? I don't want to give you guys just the typical things that everybody does when they go to Vegas. I try to step, outside the box and show you some fun other things you can do that would be cool too. Now I know everybody may not be into that adventurous stuff, and you might not be a CSI type of person or apocalypse type of person. But so when I went to Guy's Restaurant, and it's inside of the Link, and by the way, the Link, the High Roller is actually down on the east end from the Link as well, if you don't want to know where that's located in Vegas. And they also have, the Link also has where you can do zip lining. You can either lay on your stomach, like you're flying in air. You can do it backwards. You can do it different ways, and you can zip line, across over to near the area where the High Roller observation wheel is as well. So for those of you who are adventurous and want to do some zip lining, that's cool too. And but I visited again Guy's Restaurant inside of the Link, and very, very busy. I was excited because I absolutely liked to watch him, and I had the opportunity to experience his burgers on the Carnival Cruise Lines when I did eat red meat, and his burgers, to me, they taste way better than any burger I've ever eaten. I don't know what he puts in those burgers, but it was pretty good no matter what. So best burgers I've really ever had anywhere. So I was excited about eating in his restaurant and trying something new, and got there on my birthday, decided to do this on my birthday on the 15th, and they set me, and I sat, and I sat, and I sat, and I sat. And then I finally said, hey, can you find me a server? I'm really hungry, and it's my birthday, want to have a nice, lunch, and then be on my way. And that part wasn't so good, and I wasn't really satisfied about that part. When the food came, that came out once I was able to put my order. Food was delicious, great, great meal, made differently, different tastes for your taste buds, and so I really enjoyed my meal. But when I was sitting there and waiting, I thought, man, I know God would be really mad if he knew that someone left, a potential, well, not a potential, but left one of his customers just sitting there. And the young lady that I first stopped to say, hey, can you find someone who's my server? She kind of a little bit had an attitude, and I'm thinking, whoa, okay, I'm just trying to, eat a meal here in a restaurant. And so I, again, was sitting there thinking, I'll bet Guy would not appreciate this if he knew this is how the service was in one of his restaurants, because I think he has a higher standard than what I was experiencing at that point. Now, I will say, just as I was getting ready to leave, get my bill or whatever, the young lady came up to me who ended up being my server, and she said, my manager adjusted your check because of everything that you experienced. And as a matter of fact, when they did give me a server, she just totally never came back. She was I would see her going by. I'm like, man, she doesn't know if I need water or something to drink, something else to drink. And so, like I said, that part of it, the service at first was really, really not what not up to my standards, and I'm sure it wasn't up to his standards or anyone else's standards. But again, whoever the management team was, so Guy, if you ever see this video, I want to say whoever your management team took the time to say, hey, let me adjust that for her because she shouldn't have went through all that. Whether it was her birthday or not, no one should have to, experience that type of service when they're in his restaurant. So I appreciate your management. Shout out to whatever manager was on duty on August 15th around lunch for looking out for me. And I didn't complain, and I didn't ask to see a manager, and I didn't even ask for anything to be discounted. I just was disappointed at first, but not disappointed with the food. Food was great, and again, everything was rectified. So I would suggest you go there. It is a busy restaurant, but then pretty much everything in Vegas is kind of busy, in the popular spots. So it's just something you have to take account for. But I thought they would probably have more people on staff if that was a busy day, a busy time of the day for them. But it worked all out, so I'm just thankful, and I enjoyed my food. And again, I think that Guy is excellent in putting together the menus that he has at his establishments. That's only the second place I've eaten with him, but hey, I like it. Anyway, so yeah, I had a great experience with the food. It was really good. Okay, so now I am going to be doing this show. It's I'm going to probably put up a video about travel every other week because I want to give you guys a chance to, kind of enjoy the videos that show in my travel experiences and, my feedback. And I hope that the things that I share with you helps you in your decision if you're planning to travel to some of the destinations that I've been to. And again, I am blessed to travel to the best, and I'm very thankful for that. And I want you to be blessed to travel to the best too, so that's why I'm sharing with you. Now with the Apocalypse Vegas experience, they may do different things at different times because in August when I was there, they were doing the zombies. And now when I look online, they're doing Area 51. So that's pretty cool because that way you get the opportunity to experience both. And I think would be a lot of fun to do just as something that if you want that adrenaline rush, you want to feel like you're, if you're very competitive, my son-in-laws, Scott, Derek, Raymond, my grandsons, people will tell you I'm very competitive. And so we'll do go-kart racing or anything crazy. I mean, I'm a big kid at heart, so we're always being competitive, but we have fun as a family. So the whole thing about, being blessed to travel to the best is not only just to be able to experience things for yourself, but for your families as well. And anytime you can have an opportunity to just do something fun that you and your family can enjoy, I think that's always a plus, and that's always going to be the best vacation. One of the things I loved with my children when they were growing up is that I always tried to, do a surprise getaway for them. So they were used to traveling to somewhere like mom's like, hey, let's get together. Come on, go pack. Let's go here. And we go somewhere and we have so much fun. And it's because I wanted to build great memories for my kids. And I certainly want to do that for my grandkids too. I can't take them as much as I took their parents because I'm usually on the road speaking or doing a book signing or, out doing an engagement. And then in my free time, I get a chance to travel as well for fun. But, it is really awesome to take that time to do something like that. I do have the opportunity to go on a cruise coming up in November, and I'm going to share that with you on that episode when we get into the month of November and share with you some of the destinations I'll be going to. We're going to be in Ocho Rios, Jamaica, as well as the Grand Cayman Islands and, Grand Cayman and the Cayman Islands, I should say. And I'm going to share that with you as well. I've been there before a few times, but it's some places I really like to go. So a lot of fun things to do there. And this is a vacation where I'll be sharing with my family and friends. And it's probably about 17 to 19 cabins of people going on this cruise. So it's going to be a nice, fun group experience, and we'll do some fun things. Now, I am trying to get people to do this one excursion with me where you go under the water and you're walking on the sand with that big old round helmet on. And I'll show you pictures of it when we go. And, I can't find anyone to go with me. You guys want to go with me? Come on. I'll take you with me and do this excursion with me. Nobody wants to be brave and try something fun. But, again, the one nice thing about traveling is where most destinations have wonderful places that you can experience if you're just that type of person that just wants to lay on the beach or, enjoy the mountains or wherever your surrounding is, and that you just want that peaceful time. And I like those times as well. I mean, that's why I love the beach and that's why I love the mountains. Those are two of my favorite places to be. And, but then there's my adventurous side too. So on my adventurous side, I like to do fun, daring things. I wanted to parasail, haven't done that yet. Do snorkel, have had some fun experience with that and some funny stories as well. So, but I'm going to share all those things with you as we talk about different destinations. So don't forget, tune in and see what I'm talking about and share it with your friends and your family. And remember, family is very important and friends are important. So whenever you can take a breath in life and take a moment to travel and take a vacation or a staycation or whatever you want to call it, make that time, because life is short. You don't know how long you're going to be here. So let's have fun in this life. Let's enjoy the things of life that's right here at our fingertips. And there's a budget to be able to go and do any type of vacations. Even if you don't have a big budget, there are some things. That's why I share with you some places that you can go that may be economical for you. And then there's the other side if you want to stay in the more elegant 4- and 5-star hotels and experience a little higher end, type of adventures or. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to my travel channel. I do want to tell you, I also do another show. It's called Real Talk with Rhonda Knight. Real Talk with Rhonda Knight, where I talk about topics on, all types of topics. Whatever I'm feeling like talking about for that week, I'll bring it to you. And it's a lot of fun. You can interact with the show. So be sure to check out those videos as well. Real Talk with Rhonda Knight. Yes, I know you're going to enjoy them. To those on Facebook that's watching the show, make sure that you hit like and follow. And then if you're looking at the show on YouTube, you definitely want to hit like as well, but you also want to hit subscribe. Now, once you hit that subscribe button, you want to hit that notification bell that's right there next, right there after you hit subscribe. And that way you'll know whenever my videos are coming out. So I know you don't want to miss any, and I don't want you to miss any as well. So thank you so much for tuning in to Blessed to Travel with the Best. Share this video and let other people know about the show. And thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.